All right, let's throw some Taylor Swift back onto your timeline, shall we, Cassie? Because she has given Miss Katy Perry, her one-time frenemy, a really beautiful gift for her new baby girl, Daisy. Katy shared the photo of this blanket. It's like a silk blanket, I think, that's hand-stitched on it with the words, Baby Bloom, a couple flowers, and the year 2020 in the caption. Katy wrote, Miss Daisy adores her hand-embroidered blankie from Miss Taylor Swift. Hope it's one she drags around for years till it becomes an unrecognizable shred that she keeps in her pocket as a teenager. What'd you think of this, Cass?
I love this. Obviously, we know that Katie and Taylor have had their history, as kind of like frenemies in the biz, but now everything is all good between the two. And I love this. This is such a class act move from Taylor Swift to send not just a gift, but such a personal gift. Obviously, it's hand embroidered. So the time, the effort, the dedication that Taylor, took out to do this to brighten, Orlando and Katie and Baby Daisy's day. Like I just think it means so much. Obviously, Taylor is very thoughtful with everything that she does, including gift giving.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw when she released her latest album, Folklore, she sent people cardigans with a sweet handwritten note to everyone. I mean, she's such a class act, I feel like, when it comes to giving gifts. And I think it's so special. It's one thing to, send flowers, and that's such a sweet sentiment and all of that. And I'm not, discrediting anyone who sends flowers. We love flowers, but I don't know. This one's just so unique, and it came with the handwritten note. And I think it's so special.
It's so personal, and we got a glimpse into what Taylor Swift has been up to during this pandemic. Like, yeah, she dropped a whole album on us, a surprise album, but apparently she's also hand stitching, crocheting, I don't even know what you call it, but like, great hobby and very on brand for Folklore Taylor right now. And speaking of, she's about to show up at the ACM Awards for the first time in 7 years, huh?
Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said she's been busy during this quarantine, but it was announced over the weekend that Taylor is returning to the ACM Awards stage. Like you said, first time in 7 years. It's all going down this Wednesday, September 16th. Of course, the show is going to air on CBS. She's going to be doing a of Betty, which of course is off her recent new album Folklore. Taylor is no stranger to the Academy of Country Music family. I mean, she's a two-time ACM Entertainer of the Year winner. 9 times overall she has won and taken that ACM hardware home. And what I think is so special about this performance is that she's going to be performing at the legendary Grand Ole Opry House, which, if you know country music, you know that the Grand Ole Opry House is the home of live country music. And to be honest with you, the ACMs are taking place at 3 different venues throughout Nashville this year. So I thought she would maybe be performing at the Bluebird just because she has such a history at that specific small venue. She used to do writer sessions and perform there when she was first getting her start in Nashville. But like I said, those who know country music know that the Grand Ole Opry House is just absolutely legendary. So no better place to have Taylor than there, especially because this month, Denny, September, marks 14 years since Taylor was inducted to the Grand Ole Opry as a member. Actually, when she performed for the first time when she was 16 years old. So it's kind of crazy full circle
Mhm.
moment there. It's been 14 years since it's like her Opry anniversary, and she's returning to the ACM Award stage.
It
It's super cool. It's going to be a moment you're not going to want to miss.
I mean, it was amazing to see her go back to her roots with this last album, the singer-songwriter, country music vibes. And I will say she already has a room full of people, whether they're actually there in person or not, supporting her. Because I remember Blake Shelton recently
Yeah.
tweeted that, just for the record, my favorite song off Folklore is Betty, which just happens to be the song she's performing. But my question for you, though, Cass, is like, obviously, Blake's a huge fan of Taylor and so many other amazing country artists. But how do you think she will be received, knowing that it's been so long since she's, been on the country music stage?
Listen, I feel like she's going to shut the lights off at the ACM Awards, just like she did to me just now, because my light definitely fell off my computer. That's why I was laughing. But no, I think that it's going to be very well received because if you think about country music, the core of the industry is, thanks for laughing at me. Just we're going with it, working from home problems here. If you think about country music at its
Obsessed,
core,
obsessed.
it's all about storytelling. And so I think from
Yeah.
that perspective, country music artists really respect Taylor. And, she has kind of really set the stage for other artists to follow in her footsteps in terms of crossing genres and not just being stuck to country. I mean, think about artists like Kelsey Ballerini, who have really ventured and embraced this country pop. Really, I feel like Taylor paved the way for other female artists, especially,
Mm.
to be able to do that. And I mean, it's been a minute since Taylor has been on country radio. In fact, it's been 3 years since the last song of hers, New Year's Day, made its way to country radio, and obviously Betty has followed in it
Right.
in its footsteps. And so, I mean, I think it's so special anytime that Taylor can return to her roots. I mean, at the end of the day, I know that she's this global pop star, but she will always be that Taylor Swift, curly hair, country girl singing Teardrops on My Guitar in my mind. You know what I mean?
I love it. No, absolutely. I can't wait to see what she does when the ACM Awards air on CBS on Wednesday. And right after, Cassie's doing a full recap of the award show here on ET Live.